Rumors are that allegedly Cynthia's family is completely done. What did 50 Cent do? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk? And welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about. And it centers around rumors that allegedly Cynthia's family is completely done with her. What did she do? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more. And here it goes. Rumors are that Cynthia's family is completely done with trying to talk some sense into her regarding her return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. One source said, Cynthia is a grown woman, capable of making her own decisions. However, I speculate that her decisions regarding love and marriage are what have her family most concerned. Continued the source, we all can agree that Cynthia's love life is her Achilles heel. And her family is probably tired of her getting it wrong, especially while in the public eye. There's a lot that goes into dating on a reality TV show. It's not just the couple that are involved, but also their families. Producers want to know how your mom, sister, dad, brother, cousin, aunt, and uncle all feel about your new man or woman. And for them, that can be extremely draining, especially when expressing their negative views on camera about the person. So, the question is, what did Cynthia allegedly do recently to have her family completely done with her? Well, insiders say, Cynthia's decision not only to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise, but to also return looking for love again and allegedly bringing Peter along with her was the final straw. The insider continued, her family knows whether real or for just television, getting back with Peter is not a good look or move for Cynthia. The source continued, Cynthia's family allegedly has been loving this new Cynthia since divorcing Mike. Her family feels Cynthia is most happy when she's working on herself and her career. She's absolutely flourishing when it's all about Cynthia. However, when a man is introduced into her life, things tend to go left and very quickly, ended the source. Matters are also being complicated, said the source, when you factor in the drama that goes along with reality TV, and Cynthia's role as the hopelessly in love cast member. So, even if Cynthia wanted to go in a different narrative direction, producers may already have her locked in to play her usual role. Sources say conversations allegedly between Cynthia and her sister Mel have at times gotten very heated. Mel is Cynthia's biggest cheerleader and protector, so I'm guessing she isn't a fan of Cynthia going down this same road, said the source. However, the sources continue to say that after the two last heated arguments between Mel and Cynthia, allegedly Mel decided to love and support Cynthia from a distance and will not be signing on for any filming with Cynthia this season or next. Now, kinfolk, when I got this rumor, it completely made a lot of sense to me. I wasn't surprised, not one bit by it, and I wasn't surprised because of this reason. You know, Cynthia's love life is just very draining. Cynthia's love life is draining for us as fans, so I can only imagine how it is for her family. Now, I love 50 Cent more than I can bear, and a lot of us do as well. But I think we all can agree that when it comes to love, Cynthia is just never on the right side of Cupid's arrow. It seems as if she continues to fall for the same man, the same tricks, the same lies, the same deceit, the same scenarios, and it has become very draining. And I will say that I was very hopeful when Cynthia left the show and ventured out on her own and left Mike, and seeing her on other reality TV show platforms. I was very hopeful with her coming back as a Cynthia that knows how to really play the reality TV show game like she did on Big Brother. I was wanting and hoping to see a Cynthia that came back on the ground running. Someone who came in, got right into the mix and shook some things up. And I felt like that was a very promising thing to feel, because a lot of the older cast members and veterans who were on the show with Cynthia and who pretty much sometimes overshadowed her or took her voice over are no longer there. So I thought that her coming back would be a prime time example of seeing a very new and improved Cynthia when she is communicating and being in the mix with the ladies. Unfortunately, that does not seem to be the Cynthia that we are going to get. And I must say, I am not looking forward to seeing the same draining Cynthia when it comes to love and marriage. I really do want her to take a break from marriage and trying to find love and trying to find dating, and just be the fabulous Cynthia that we know that she is, and the fabulous Cynthia that we all have come to love. Now, kinfolk, I will say this. There is another part of this rumor that I do find a little concerning about Cynthia, and it's this. You know, Cynthia has to get out of this mindset that she is only interesting to us as fans when she has a man, boyfriend, or husband, or whatnot. And I think that mindset is what is really holding Cynthia back in a lot of aspects, in terms of really producing the drama that we know that she's capable of doing. And I think it's also holding her back from being one of the main and most famous Real Housewives of Atlanta cast member. And when I say famous, and I mean, I'm talking about those really fun storylines and really fun comebacks and one-liners. I think Cynthia has that in her, but it always seems as if she is sharing the spotlight and feels that she has to share the spotlight with a man in order to come off as interesting. Now, I think it is lazy producing on Cynthia's part, because, of course, relationship and marriage drama is always going to play well with the audience. People want to know how people are living behind closed doors, how their perfect marriage is really like when no one is looking. And I think that's an easy thing to continue to revert back to, especially for someone who's as gorgeous as Cynthia, where the men are literally lining up at her door, and she has a complete pick of any man eligible bachelor in her age range or not. And so I think that is a very easy thing for her to always fall back on, is being with the man. But I just feel like it is really stunting her growth, and it's not allowing Cynthia to stand on her own 2 feet and really shine as a housewife. And I really wish she would get out of that mindset. Now, I will say this, kinfolk, I do understand why she is in that mindset, and it's because of this reason. When Cynthia was first introduced to us on A Real Housewives of Atlanta, we had Peter. And most of Cynthia's most iconic moments, most iconic drama and fights, tend to some core involve Peter. It seemed to revolve around Peter. Peter seemed to have his hand in it in some way. And so I think that early on, people probably have told Cynthia that she is only interesting because Peter makes her interesting. And I will admit, I even said that a couple of times in the earlier seasons, where I would say things like, man, if Peter wasn't on the show or married to Cynthia, Cynthia would be kind of boring outside the group dynamic. And that was a very unfortunate thing, because during this time, you had a lot of strong voices in that group dynamic. You had Nene was there, Phaedra was there, Kenya was there, and Candy was there. Portia had not, found her voice yet, but with just those couple of ladies, you saw how it was so easy for Cynthia to lose her voice. And so, with that being said, I could see how she could probably feel like, hey, I'm not interesting unless I have Peter there hyping me up to say this or do this, or if I'm having Peter there having my back and interjecting himself and making my voice and making my thoughts be heard and respected. So I think she kind of feels as well that, it's probably good for television to have a man by her side, but it also may be good to have a very outspoken man by her side that's going to help elevate her voice and help her be seen and help her be heard. Which, Kim folks, brings me to the next part of the rumor that my sources have all but confirmed is going to happen with Cynthia these next upcoming seasons. And it's this. My sources, all of them pretty much all agree that we are going to see Cynthia bring Peter back to the franchise. I know Peter has been playing coy about him returning and how he just has love for Cynthia as a friend and things of that nature. But my sources are telling me it is all but a done deal that Peter will be coming back in some capacity or some form when Cynthia returns to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. Now, that move, I think a lot of people can see it in two different ways. On one hand, fans get to see or get that nostalgia Real Housewives of Atlanta drama, or that nostalgia old Real Housewives of Atlanta power couple dynamic that Cynthia and Peter were known for and which people fell in love with. But also, on the other hand, I do believe that fans are being denied the opportunity to see Cynthia flourish outside of a relationship and outside of a marriage. Something that fans have been begging for her to do for quite some time now. And so bringing Peter back, I mean, you can see as a good move. It's going to be exciting. He is great for television. There's no denying that. But he's just not good for Cynthia's growth. And this is where I feel like I could see her family, if you are to believe all of these rumors, because right now it's just speculation and allegations. But if her family was to have to really put their foot down and say, Cynthia, we are done, I think that hill they would really be on would be Peter coming back and Cynthia getting intertwined with Peter in terms of business-wise, in terms of money-wise, in terms of professional settings, because that is where a lot of the drama between Peter and Cynthia really was found. And that is what my sources are saying that her family just does not want her to revert back to. Can her and Peter just coexist if he's to come back on Real Housewives of Atlanta as friends or as lovers again and not intertwine their businesses? I highly doubt it. And the reason why I highly doubt it is because all my sources are saying this. When it comes to Peter and Cynthia's relationship and their dynamic, my sources are saying that Cynthia becomes entranced by Peter's leadership style. And she just really follows Peter's direction. And what my sources are saying is that is very mind-boggling to her family, allegedly, because that is not the woman who Cynthia is. Cynthia is a very headstrong woman. All sources are saying. Her family members are saying this. She makes her own decisions. She does what she wants when she wants to do it. She tends to be very wise when making decisions about her professional life and her personal life outside of relationships. And so this is the thing that my sources are saying is really having her family and friends scratch their head. It's like, how does he have this hold on her to where she goes along pretty much with anything he says or suggests, whether it's good for her or not. And so just having Peter there, my sources are saying it opens up a possibility that she will fall back in that same entrancing state that she's going to follow Peter's every move, whether it's good for her or not. And my sources are saying that is just something her family and friends just don't want to see happen again, especially at this age of her life where she has been flourishing and enjoying this new Cynthia. But kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think. If you are to believe this rumor, and again, it's all speculation and alleged information, do you think Cynthia's family have a right to be completely done with her in regards to her return to Real Housewives of Atlanta and potentially going down the same road of finding love? Or do you think they should support Cynthia out loud no matter what her decision is because that's their daughter, that's their sister, and they love her? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.